Hello, everyone. I have a peer with us. Say hi.
Hello.
Now, let me start. According to Lu Wei, the internet is a worldwide platform for sharing information. It is a community of common interests. No country is immune to such global challenges as cybercrime, hacking, and invasion of privacy. Now, this past March, there were a group of Chinese hackers that were able to utilize a well known company, like Facebook, in order to send very hostile links to activists and anyone located near the Uruguay people in Asia. Being hacked is something that happens to many people more than you think. There are many ways that you can get hacked. According to an article in the Aloni database, Hacking in the Cyber World, the author, Brian Nelson, talks about a recent cyber attack in 2013 where he stated, in mid November 2013, shadowy sabotagers attacked and crippled multiple sections of the electric grid in the United States. This was very sad to see that they could easily break our infrastructure. Now, it's not just through online. It could be through a link. It could be through a pop-up that you clicked on. There are numerous ways that hackers are able to steal your information and steal your password. According to an article from the NBC News, hackers attack your computer every 39 seconds. And now this research was a study conducted by the University of Maryland, where the author of the study continued to state that the computers in our study were attacked on average 2,244 times a day. Now imagine all these attacks and wondering who really is going to stop this. Now there is a person, and that would be an ethical hacker. Now, according to Google, the definition for an ethical hacker is a person who hacks into a computer network in order to test or evaluate its security rather with malicious or criminal intent. Now, learning about who and what an ethical hacker is very useful to learn about. Ethical hacking is a job most people would seem skeptical about, however, may not see the importance and benefits of being one. They also are able to help find vulnerabilities in different companies. Today, I will be sharing three important aspects of ethical hacking, which are what they do and why they do it, the different types of hackers, and the benefits of being one. First, let's talk about let's talk about what is an ethical hacker and what do they do. Now, one of the key rules to what an ethical hacker is that they have to think like a non-ethical hacker. They have to think outside the box. Now, being able to think about all the vulnerabilities and the company may have and helping to prevent it. Now, after being able to do that, they must be able to seek the countermeasure for any vulnerabilities in the company. Now, you may think, isn't that illegal though? Don't they need permission? Well, this is a legal profession where the company would be able to hire them as an independent contractor. Now that I've discussed what an ethical hacker is, let me show you the different types of hackers. There's an ethical hacker and there's unethical hackers. Now, ethical hackers are, excuse me, according to the Aloni database, Alana Morsat, an author of a book called Hackers, a person who delights in having an intimate understanding of the internal workings of a system, computer, and the computer networks in particular. Now, what's the difference between that and an unethical hacker and an ethical hacker? Is that unethical hackers are accessing the network without the permission of the owner or the company, stealing the information, and usually selling that online. Ethical hackers, on the other hand, have the permission and are able to find any vulnerabilities and fix them. Now, the author of this book continues to talk about how there's a word and term called crackers. What are crackers? They're not what you eat, but they're actually people. A cracker is an individual who attempts to access computer information without any authorization. These individuals are often malicious, opposed to hackers, which means that they have disposal for breaking into a system. There are different categories that have been labeled. Let's talk about ethical hackers, who were also known as white hats. Now, what is a white hat? A white hat is a ethical hacker who has full rights and permission and is legally able to fix and give a solution to a problem in a company. Now, there's also gray hat and black hat as seen in this figure that I've shown. Now, those are considered unethical, where the black hat would be accessing information illegally and he would obtain the benefits for himself and hold the company for ransom. Now, there's also gray hat, who, however, that's a mix of white hat and black hat, which creates gray hat. where they will hack into the company legally, but they will not exploit the vulnerabilities that they have found. Now that I've mentioned the different types and terms for hackers and how they're classified and the difference between ethical and unethical, now let me talk about the benefits. Now, the benefits. The benefits are first, the salary. Living in the Bay Area or living anywhere is very hard if you don't have a six-figure salary or above. Now, according to an article by Cron News, the salary for a average ethical hacker is $104,000 per year. Now, here in the Bay, you can go out and being an ethical hacker, you can go out to different companies and say, hey, I want to test out what you guys have. I want to see what you guys are able to offer me. I would like to see that. So that's one of the benefits. Second would be recovering any information that you lost, especially like if you lost a password or you're able to protect your own online environment as an ethical hacker. You can protect your home network, your friends, your family, anyone you love, as well as the knowledge that you learn. This figure shows it very nicely, where you use acquired knowledge, gather information, acquire your tools, gather the tools, and you execute. Execute not to attack, but to fix. In summary, I've talked about what an ethical hacker does and why they do it, the difference between an ethical hacker and an unethical hacker, and the benefits of being one. In conclusion, an ethical hacker may not have seemed proper. However, after being informed about this, I will leave you with this. Walter O'Brien once said, hacking involves a different way of looking at problems. That's not once thought about. Thank you.